Hello everyone, I'm Bishi, and tonight we are playing more Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Apollo Justice, so 2, dos. We are in the monstrous turnabout, which is the yokai case, and we are going to be doing day 2 of the trial today. I think we just did, investigation day 2 last time. Let me get my notes. Always forget. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I think I pretty much remember everything. Anything I don't remember, I will refer to my notes for, but I think we're good. We got a couple pieces of evidence taken from us by some characters. I remember that. I feel like that's just like the game's way of saying you don't need this anymore, though. Which I do appreciate. Sometimes you get bogged down in all the evidence. Guilty, wait, I mean, not guilty. What, would y'all defend me if I was, if I was in up for trial in something, chat? Would you defend me? Y'all gonna be like, depends on if you're guilty or not. All right, what color would you like? Honestly, I feel like that's what everyone should say. It should not be a thing of like, oh, that's my streamer, I'll defend them no matter what they do. No. Wrong answer. Yellow, okay. Wrong answer. No, I'm just kidding. Wrong answer. Your favorite color is wrong. Was it a cool crime? That's what it depends on. If I did something cool, like, did I fight the government? I'll be your ride or die. And then there's Ruuuvo, who would defend me with their life no matter what I did. But that's because that's my person right there. That one's mine. Oh, Japanese curry, nice. Threw in a bunch of veggies I got at a farm stand with some shrimp and Chinese sausage. That sounds delicious. Hope it wasn't radioactive Walmart shrimp though. I'm sure it wasn't. Can y'all believe it? Did y'all hear about that? Radioactive shrimp from Walmart. You hear that song? Oh, it's awful. Yeah, Walmart sold this like frozen shrimp that was found to be radioactive. Somewhere from the source that it came from, it had like isotopes and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I think it was like certain Walmarts or something. I don't have the details. All I heard was that Walmart in the US had sold radioactive shrimp to people. How the fuck did they find out? I'm not sure. You know what? We're gonna do a deep dive right now. For just a few minutes. Okay, let's see. Radioactive shrimp. It autofilled radioactive shrimp from Walmart. Cooked shrimp, in fact. They were also at Kroger, which is like another chain. Kroger's are called something else in the northern states. I know that. Yeah, FDA flags potentially radioactive shrimp. Let me find a reputable source on this. These are a lot of different things I haven't heard of. Oh. Where's a good source? I'm seeing a lot of sources I don't trust. But this is real. What about CNN? Like, give me like a normal... Okay, thank you. It was showing me a lot of like weird news sources. Okay. Yeah. FDA warns against eating certain shrimps sold at Walmart amid investigation into radioactive contamination. Let's see. This article is from August 19th. So this was like last month. Urged the public not to eat certain bags of frozen raw shrimp sold at Walmart, citing concerns about unsanitary conditions and radioactive contamination found in shipments from the same supplier. A radioactive isotope was detected in a sample of breaded shrimp detained at U.S. ports in LA, Houston, Savannah, and Miami from an Indonesian supplier. Those contaminated shipments never reached the U.S. market, But because Walmart's raw frozen shrimp came from the same supplier, and the agency said it appears to have been prepared, packed, or held under unsanitary conditions whereby it may be contaminated with isotopes. How do they just have isotopes lying around? Unsanitary conditions to where they can be contaminated with isotopes? Huh? Officials advise consumers to avoid eating them. Yeah, so it's not that anyone took home radioactive shrimp necessarily, but some shrimp were found to be radioactive, so they told them don't eat. They told people don't eat any of the shrimp to be safe. The levels detected were well below the FDA's intervention level, but regulators issued the advisory out of caution, citing potential risks of cancer, of course, from long-term low-dose exposure and problems at the facility. The advisory applies to 2-pound great value bags of white Vaname shrimp. Best by date March 15th, 2027. They were in at least 13 stores: Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia. Throw it away or return it. And it was immediately recalled. There you go. There's all the details. CNN article from last month. There you go. In my cart and in my car. They can't refund. They've gone too far. Bishi came and broke our hearts. Put the blame on Wally Mart. Oh. Did you just come up with that? Or alternatively, Imagine Dragons. Radioactive! Radioactive! Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh! Shrimp's radioactive! Radioactive! She brings the Weird Al out of me. I just bring the weird out of y'all, I think. I'm so weird. You have to match my weird. April 19th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, Court number 4. Back in the courtroom. I kind of like these little dramatic intros, actually. Oh, I was just watching Stump Play Peak. I'm really obsessed with watching it. It's really fun. I've played it a few times with my friends because I wanted to kind of get familiar with it. Because I think it is fun for people to watch me like play a game for the first time, but part of me also is like, I hate being a noob all the time. So I was like, let me actually know how to play this game. And I'm not amazing at it, but like, I know how to play the game. So I'm excited to actually play with other people on stream now. You know, I want Peak on console so much. I bet they will bring it to console someday. It's so successful. And I heard that the game was just like, they just made it for fun. They didn't think anything was going to happen with it. And now it's blown up. It's so popular. You call it weird, I call it unmasking. We are not the same. Oh. All rise. Court is now in session. Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Just sweep pray. I don't know what she just said. I think she said it is something. I don't know what Brett is. As chipper as ever, I see. And in French, no less. And the prosecution? Oh, his chains are back on. Very well. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackquill. Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it. Don't try to act all tough, Judge, because I know within the next 5 minutes he's gonna put you in your place. And you're gonna be making that face of like, oh no! Oh my god, I keep crying. I'm just so happy to be playing Ace Attorney. It's so fun. Lord. Oh, I do cover the bubbles. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm usually in the top right, aren't I? Let's see. My bad. Or top left. I'm sorry. Top left. Which, I don't know why my OBS keeps moving my cameras around. But my camera's like way off screen, so give me a second. Here I am. Whee! Okay. Is that good? Yeah, I have to be in the top left because these subtitles go all the way over. I would have to be microscopic. I'm gonna do this. Actually, if it's not even, it's gonna bother me. Bear with me. I don't know why when I close my program, it like moves some of my stuff. But only my cameras, actually. Only my cameras. Okay. Anyway. Here I am. I'm ready for stream. Of course I am. De nada. My coworkers have been playing Peak, but since I have a Mac, I can't play with them. Oh! So it's like not cross-platform? Or is it not on Mac? Like you can't play with a PC and a Mac player at the same time? Or is it not on Mac at all? Oh, I really hope that they have more support for the game going forward. It is a very popular game. I'm hopeful that they will do that. When did he get a bird? Oh my god. Ruuuvo, you've missed so much. Just sweet, Fred, I am ready. Oh. So just sweet is I am, not it is. I don't know any I don't know a single. I know none. We? That's about it. But yeah, he has a falcon. The Bishi. Yes, the bird's name is Taco. Where did Bishi go? Just bounce around, we'll find a good place. Peekaboo. Okay, fun fact about Peak. It's one of 2 games developed due to the canceling of Going Under 2, a sequel to a roguelite about corporate America using corporate Memphis as an art style. The teams were so burnt out they decided to do 24-hour game jams for the next games, and Peak and a second game to be announced were created. Oh, I didn't know about that. That's awesome. I think game jams are so fun. It was a week-long jam that Aggro Crab and Landfall do once a— Yeah! Bird was the friends who made it along the run. Okay. Looks like the judge is really bringing it today. He probably realized how Black Bull played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says. Yeah, his honor has to fight to defend his honor today. Your baldness. He can't keep getting away with this! See? He's making the face! It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement. I have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you've been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court, the one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they're within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse? Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then? I'll make a special exception. Just this once. Here we go again. Yep, more of Black Quill's mind games. Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex QB, was the Amazing Ninetails. We also learned that the Amazing Ninetails was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex QB's secret identity, excuse me, my old man voice is dying, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him! That's allegedly? Allegedly. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and victim. That is also allegedly. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room. Ergo, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Oh, did I say something wrong? Please don't be mad at me. That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time. Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchild. Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events. Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify. Oh yes, I think, Jinxie? Are we bringing Jinxie back? I don't know, actually. The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation? Gotta move my camera. The feathers and tracks, weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed? Oh, right, they still think he's possessed. That was but an act to protect his daughter. Oh, yes, of course. I had suspected as much. Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? We're talking about the judge here. His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma. Objection! That's not proven. The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture. Would you care for some witness testimony, then? For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Tenmataro farce. Witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle. Very well. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? Yep. Back again, are we? I think it's time I read my notes. I think so. Whew. Okay. Catch up with chat, and then I'll read my notes. Yeah, so Black Quill has a pet falcon. And the feather he always had in his mouth was from that falcon. And he also sends the falcon out to attack people. It's really funny. I want to cosplay Athena. You know what? When I first saw her, I was like, Enna should cosplay this character. She's perfect. Chat, who are you gonna cosplay as? 100% cosplaying Emma. Oh, yeah, Emma. Pika's not available for Apple. Still trying to figure out how to build a PC or forward a gaming laptop, whichever comes first. Dang. Ugh, well, I hope that they make it for Apple as well. Man. Or they make like a mobile version. That would be wild. I'll be the lawyer badge. The victim is buff as hell. He reproduced. That sentence in chat. He reproduced. Good for him. And the bird's name is Hawk in Japanese. Yes. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna read this from the bottom up. Only explanation for the locked room is the killer was hiding in the room and then fled when Jinxie unlocked the door. Okay. Jinxie said her dad spoke to her when she first went in the room. He told her to call an ambulance, but then confessed to murdering the victim. He said, "I'm sorry, Jinxie, I killed the alderman." Right, that was a big thing. But there must be something to him saying that. Jinxie couldn't have been protecting her dad with the feathers. She sleepwalks from stress and is not possessed. She's not conscious when she's sleepwalking, okay? Yeah, Filch took back our superstitions book. He said LaBelle threatened him to not talk about seeing Temataro. And LaBelle said it was to protect Jinxie from the rumors. Yeah, Filch's granddad told him there was treasure in the Forbidden Chamber. Maybe that's what LaBelle was after. And then we have a bunch of notes about the Forbidden Chamber. We found LaBelle's hand cream in there. The staff he was carrying when he was in the costume came from there. LaBelle must have went in this chamber before the murder and not after, because the key was swallowed by Damien. There's a Tenmataro statue in the chamber. It's holding a staff, but Tenmataro doesn't usually hold one. LaBelle probably saw the statue with a staff, picked one up to look like the statue, not knowing he doesn't actually carry one. Right, so that's another piece of evidence that he was in there. But we first have to confirm that he was the one in the costume. There was a secret compartment at the bottom of the statue. Inside we found a dirty statue of the Azuki Arai washing beans. Yokai hasn't been touched in a long time. The statue's left behind after Filch's granddad steals something. Maybe he took the treasure from the chamber a long time ago. And then there's an air vent at the top. It doesn't look like you can reach it. Okay. And we have his hair coloring. So that's going to be how we prove that LaBelle and only LaBelle was in the room. LaBelle also destroyed the blackmail letter. Okay. I think that's all that's important. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it does not happen again today. Been known for my hasty retreats since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine. Indeed. You managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip. Like those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes! Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place. Yipes! No, please. I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running. Your statement. Now. Yes, sir, Mr. Blackhead, sir. Blackhead? He may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type. Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime. I know whenever the bird gets scared, the yokai is Jinxie. Tenmataro's really that little maid gal. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But the little runt had a big old staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. Ah, it'll be this last statement. It'll be the last statement, because it's impossible to have gotten into the chamber after the crime. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation, I just know it! So, Tenmataro was short in stature. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along? You betcha! Besides, all the rest in the manor were way taller than her. Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees? Weren't no knee walking, I seen it myself. Then perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all. All monsters are not but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety. So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. Oh, that's really funny. Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost literally. Ha 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 ha. The janitor's deathly complexion and all-white attire are no doubt partially to blame. That, and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that. That actually sounds like a real ghost to me. A janitor ghost! The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay. That was for Judgy. Oh. If only we started a 10 Mataro counter earlier in the case. Oh my god, it'd be at like 50 right now. I've had to say 10 Mataro so many times. I think most devs don't do Mac versions. RE4 Remake demo runs 120 FPS, 180p. Apple's inability to make it enticing for devs to make games for Mac. So it's more like on Mac's end. I wish my Mac could game, but until Apple starts to prioritize PC gaming, I don't see it happening. But emulation is good on Mac. I have never owned a Mac. I've used one before, I think in school. I've like known people that had some, so maybe I like went on their computer a couple times, but I've always been just on PC because that's just what I'm familiar with. And yeah, I'm a gamer. I gotta have a PC, I guess. The latency on Twitch is insane. Twitch on PS4, I mean, oh yeah. You're watching on PS4? Yeah, I feel like the best way to watch is like on the computer. And then after that, mobile, probably tablet is about the same. And then after that is console watching. It's a little rough. Okay. Who did that? I'm trying to read dialogue here. Tenmataro's really that little maid gal. I know that about it. Okay.
Hold it.
Well. Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny this so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
Pinky.
He said hold it, not drop it. No, you got it all wrong. Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was? Oh, it was, what was it again? Yipes! Now I remember math, you know, numbers and stuff. He's completely under Black Quill's control, too. Anyway, that Tenmataro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference? The Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. I take it you got a good look at how tall the Tenmataro impersonator was? You betcha! I got a habit of sizing people up. I can even give ya a primer on how to pull it off. All under the table. What's going on under that table? Y'all, don't make me turn off sound effects! Don't make me do it!
I'll do it. I'll do it, all right. Don't test me. One more poorly timed sound effect and it's over.
Chat is grounded. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them real good before I relieve them of something. He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court. What about a well-timed sound effect? Well, that's different. That's different. If it's timely and on theme, that's why they're there. That's up to y'all. But I want to go to Dairy Queen.
I'll turn this car around.
We have food at home. Does the witness hold that this Tenmataro entered the foyer? Darn right I do. I mean, she did see Tenmataro running down the stairs, so... The little runt had a big staff. I've seen it when she came into the foyer.
Hold it!
Well, you're not going to brush it all off by claiming the perp was short. Must have hit a raw nerve, because you ain't that tall yourself. Look who's talking, Mr. I've got to stand on a box just to testify. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say the Tenmataro you saw had a staff? Cross my heart, hope to die. I know, because it went a jingle and a jangle. And where do you suppose that staff came from? The staff, you say? Well, betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. But how does he even know that that was in there? Just to start with. Oh, hey, I can afford a pigeon mask! Now, why would you do that to me? For a second, I panicked and thought that redeem was the pigeon mask. Okay, take a sip. Yes, I will do that. It's way too hot. At least wait till winter. It will keep me warm. Oh my god. I would have to wear it for 5 seconds. And that wouldn't be worth it now, would it? Oh no. I bet you she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber.
Hold it!
I don't know what is up with... Oh my goodness. My eyes keep watering. Spicy food or something. I don't know. Suppose you mean to say that Jinxie Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one. Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that in the manor. It had to be the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today. Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Tenmataro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say. Could Jinxie have even entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to? There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place? Well, I've got my hunches about that. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation, I just know.
Hold it!
Wallop you? Why would the so-called yokai want to do that? That little maid gal never did like me. She always hightails it when I come round, or she sticks these weird papers on my noggin. She probably thinks of him as the dreaded Tanuki monster of QB Manor or something. We need to prove that Jinxie isn't Tenmataro, but I've no idea how we're going to do that. All we have to do is prove that it was impossible for Jinxie to turn into Tenmataro, and that might be easier than you think. Really? Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Tenmataro for all to see. Alright. Does the pigeon mask collect condensation? I'm not sure. I don't think I've worn it long enough to find out. 82 over here, 73% humidity. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look up what it is right now, but it has been really hot. It's been like 90s in the daytime, at least 80 something. And humidity has been terrible because there's been like a storm system, so there's been a lot of just moisture in the air. It's like difficult to breathe when you go outside. It's terrible. Okay. So we have to present something. Oh shoot, not press. My bad. I need to show that she wasn't able to go back into the room after the murder, so hold on. Okay, present. Here we go. So, probably the key? Yeah. So I'll just present the key.
Objection!
Yeah. It would seem that Tenmataro was, in fact, not this innocent little girl. Huh? How you figure that? You claim the Tenmataro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber, but it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one. Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice? The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber. What's this? This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Tenmataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma. Ack! Ah! What? But then who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenmataro? Our Tenmataro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's aide. Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek? Yes, in fact, I can. Very well. Let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenmataro impersonator. I guess it would be the hand cream? I'll save again. I mean, what else could it be?
Take that!
Okay, we found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber, and we know that whoever was Tenmataro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. But Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner? I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. It might tell us who it belongs to. Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results. No need for that, your baldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. Oh, you called Prosecutor Blackwill? Could anyone be more whipped? Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command, huh? Very well, then. I guess we'll just wait right here. What a good bird. It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. What do they show? What in the world? They're Florent Labelle's prints, aren't they? This is absurd. Prosecutor Blackwill? I'm not gonna like this, am I? Don't tell me. They're Tenmataro's prints. Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... Phineas Filch!
Objection!
Wait, what? What? Then Mr. Labelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little tanuki. Explain yourself, now! Sure, them prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. Labelle, after all. So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber? So what if I did? Got a problem with it? Yipes! You fool of a tanuki. Order, order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean? Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean the Tenmataro holding that staff was Phineas Filch? Yipes! Another cat out of the bag! Mr. Filch is Tenmataro? Huh. He even said that the Tenmataro was short. I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer? I still think LaBelle did it. The witness will explain himself this instant. I think Filch is just an accomplice. Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenmataro in the village exorcism ritual. Oh, you mean that event at the Nine Tails Vale Festival? So that was you inside the Tenmataro costume? Yep, and after the event I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers. So he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match. That's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And 'cause of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word. In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible. Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place? Because of the treasure there, eh? Thought that was my big chance to sneak on in and nab it. Treasure? Mm-hmm. Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it, said there's an amazing treasure in there. He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it. I guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from Grandpappy to grandson. Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have possibly gotten in. I could through the air vent in the foyer! The vent's left of the alderman's picture. I went on in and made a nice little hole. Huh? Used that to get into the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did. You what? But how is that even possible? Wait a second. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. Huh. And that's how he got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent? So Tenmataro was nothing more than a cat burglar, or rather a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder. Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker. Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer? I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused a trouble at that point. And where is that costume now? Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it. Police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in the manor. What if it was tossed outside the manor? Ah. Out of the window? No way. But maybe, just maybe. The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Go on, Mr. Justice. Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here? Huh? Oh, the window? I don't even think I need to save.
Take that!
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor. You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go and do something like that? I can think of a few reasons. Any bright ideas, Apollo? Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you. Oh, Lord, do you? Do you now? Welcome in, friend. Your current thumbnail image is Pretty Boy Vampire blow by blow. So I'm glad that worked out for you. How's the game? It's going pretty good. Making some progress here. Trying to use my brain as best I can. When I went to Denver, I was so thankful it was a dry climate. I live in a desert, but one positive is the lack of water in the air. Yeah. The humidity is awful here. I remember going to Texas when I was a kid and shocked at it being hot at night. Yep. Yep. Just sweating through everything while you sleep. Horrible. Yep. Taka's being such a good, helpful birdie. I know. I like Taka. Taka's cute. I just don't like Taka's owner. Alright, I have just the evidence. Hello? This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenma Taro costume through the window. Would it just be this? I'm thinking that it's either this or it's the mask. Because the mask was also thrown out the window. It was just thrown out of a different window, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be it. But I'm thinking it's one of those two. I would say that's about it. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome in, expert. Are you winning, son? We'll see. We'll see. I have only just started, really. We're in day 2 of the trial. Welcome in. If you want, I can take care of the owner. Wink, wink. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna try the newspaper. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna try the mask. I don't know what else it would be other than those.
Take that!
Ah, that's Tenma Taro flying through the sky? And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window? It's quite simple. That's not Tenma Taro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out. Ah, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya? There is a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenma Taro really was a flight of fancy. What? Yikes! He may be a good thief, but he is not a good liar. Oh my! So there really was never a yokai. I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume? This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting. Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? None whatsoever. Yeah, you just sit there quiet! I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case. Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. We did it. Oh, it's not over, Apollo. This is not your first case. This is not. Come on. Good going. Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection!
Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber? Now we get to this. I was worried about this part. Probably the same way he got in, through the chamber's air vent. It's too high up. I love this bird. And what of the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest that Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside, so what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right? Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
Hold it!
Sprung right open? who was on the other side. Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare. Like how the reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark. That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall. That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't opened until after the crime was discovered. But wait, we still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection!
But how did they open it without the key? Well, you little Tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there? Nope. Only one. Oh, thanks so much for the follow, expert. Thank you. Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail. The accused wasn't there. What do you suppose he was up to? Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. Me either. I haven't thought this part through. I don't know where we're going with this. We'll see. Oh, played all of the Ace Attorney games, even the Layton crossover. Nice. I've played the original trilogy a few years ago. Just finished up Chronicles earlier this year, actually. And now I'm trying to get through the Apollo games, and then I'm going to play Investigations after that. Yeah. I've been playing Ace Attorney for a long time, but I take a while to get through the games because I stream them. So it's taking me a minute. I'm curious about the Layton crossover, too. I'm curious about Professor Layton in general. I've never played any of those games. Your cats are all over the place. Cats are only domesticated, technically. They are truly wild. It's pretty good. Hopefully get support or a remaster. Yeah, I would play it if they did. Didn't they announce like a new Professor Layton game in general, like in the last few years? I haven't heard anything about it since then. She think the sword a bit early. That's what she said. I'm dragged away with a stage hook. Yeah, get out of here. Liked the voice cast for it better. It was localized by Nintendo instead of Capcom, so it's different in that respect. Interesting. So it's originally a Capcom game, but was localized by Nintendo? Judge is one of the best characters. Judge is so funny. Udgy Judgy. The Investigations 2 is really good. Cats domesticated us, yeah. Yep. They've got a lot of us trained. We should stream the Layton Ace Attorney crossover together. Ooh. That would be interesting. Perhaps. Perhaps. That sounds fun. I don't like where this is going. Says Apollo. Don't tell me! Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused, Damien Tenma. And we're back at it again.
Hold it!
A crossover within a crossover, yeah! Wait a second. There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there. Really? And who might that be? Because I'm totally lost. Oh, well, that would be...
Objection!
It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence. I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details. Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact. Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again. No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here. We are? We are? Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. Oh, that he was watching the foyer? Right, so LaBelle doesn't have an alibi without Filch. Okay. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Not that insufferable. Very well. The court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime? True, but in his alibi, he claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all now know, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Ah! Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch? I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber, and in return he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi. Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know. Ah, shucks. Mercy, your honorship, mercy. Ah! What a good bird. I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication. I see. We will take a 20-minute recess, after which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself. Yes! We're finally going to drag that slippery snake onto the stand. In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations. No, yeah, he deserved that. He deserved those scratches. Apollo Justice in the Chamber of Secrets. Can't prove the proof without proven proof. Exactly. That's what they all say. We did it, Apollo. Hold on, we're not done! Stop sheathing the sword! As Mr. Blackquill said. We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court. We did do that. Yeah. Hey, why the long face? I can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack. You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. That mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle. I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though. At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo. I'm not sure what he's getting at, but I have my notes and I'm not afraid to use them! Alright. Back to it. Now his hair's green! Court is back in session. Our next witness is... He really looked like the Joker from the back. Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise, remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florent LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma, or should I say, the accused. Ouch, like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough. Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible. Your baldness. Right. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not. So may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Objection!
I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed? Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Better perjury than murder. Fine. The truth is, I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry. You think this is funny? Huh? You think you're a funny guy? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Peasant! How dare you accuse me? One of the most... Hold on. Hold on, we must let him speak. How dare you accuse me, one of the beautiful people, of being... Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence.
Who said that? Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Begone, ye of cowardly heart. Did he break it again? The battlefield hath no place for ye. Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! I'm too old to die! Sorry, I cracked myself up just now. Oh! I'm sorry. I just cracked myself up. Okay, let me catch up with chat. Oh. Yes, I am playing on the Switch. The purple suit isn't helping. I know. Maybe you can play the Harvey Birdman Ace Attorney game? Is that the one where they're all birds? Oh, no, this is a different thing. Oh, Harvey Bird. Oh, from the show. I had not heard of this. At first, I thought you were talking about, what's it called exactly? Aviary Attorney. Which I do have. I haven't played it yet. I'm saving it. I kind of want to stream it at some point. It's just taking me forever to get through the Ace Attorney games, but I do have that. Yeah, Aviary Attorney is a game that's like Ace Attorney, but they're all literal birds. It sounds great. LaBelle lives in a society. He's the Joker to Black Quill's Batman. Hawkman. Apollo's mad because he's small. Oh, and Capcom made it. Okay. I hadn't heard of it. Oh, yeah, that game. Yes. Yes, PC Man, that game. The one that you got for me. Aviary Attorney? Yeah! It's great. I love it. Oh, you played it! I want to play it. My idea was to play it when I ran out of Ace Attorney games, but they keep localizing Ace Attorney games. Okay. So much for sturdier shackles. Ah! Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused's death knell? You know of what I speak. Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. Thank you for the clip. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please. Do I have that? I do! I saw Mayor Tenma opening the Forbidden Chamber doors. But there you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party. Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Startling sounds bad. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed the alderman. That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. So he was there, for sure. That proves it. He heard that. Because Jinxie confirmed that he said that. He confessed? Holy shit! Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. That's right, if it stands. If. Just so. And quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you. No way. I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess. But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. Oh shit, she admitted it? It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's. This is LaBelle. Yes? I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right. And I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all. All but the mayor and his defense. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime. I know, he just looks like the Joker now. Can he please stop fondling the flower? Please? I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Okay. Let me write some stuff down here. Just want to make sure I have all the information I need to make a decision. So Filch was the one in the costume of Tenma Taro. He was the one that broke into the Forbidden Chamber. His fingerprints were on the hand cream. He said he broke in using the vent. But then to get out, the door was opened from the outside. What I typed was opened from the outside. Because I wasn't looking. And then, let's see. They're trying to claim Damien opened the door. We think it was LaBelle. LaBelle heard Damien confess murder. Confirms he was there after the murder. Okay. Okay, so he was in the hallway hiding in the shadows when he heard the confession. So the alderman is dead there on the left, the mayor, Damien, on the right, and then Jinxie was there listening to him. LaBelle says he was out in the hallway. So I guess at this moment... Yeah, I mean, this would... I don't know. Okay, so at this moment, Filch is supposed to be in the Forbidden Chamber. He's stuck in there. Jinxie is going to leave the room to go call the cops. down the hallway. LaBelle goes into the room and unlocks the door. The problem with that is I think Damien's already swallowed the key at this point. So how would he have opened the door? And then Jinxie also said she didn't see anybody else, so LaBelle would have had to hide really well for her to not see him just in the hallway. Okay. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up, and opened the forbidden chamber. Oh, come on, he was out. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. No, she said nobody was around. And then where's Jinxie? She was at the top of the stairs. Okay, we have ways to say this is wrong. I must say, this is a shocking revelation. He barfed up the key and then re-swallowed it? Oh my god. Stop. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court, right? Once again, sorry. It's just, I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon that most unpleasant scene. Ugh, why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy? You better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there is a time to fight and a time to yield, a time to live and a time to die. Ah, he's laying it on real thick now. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. No spoilers. Yeah, Wolf, no spoilers. Wolf's just joking. My mods like to troll me. Every day! Can't wait to see this guy have a breakdown, right? I'm really curious what he's gonna look like. Cross-examination music was great for this game. Yeah. Very nice. I'm having a party and you're not invited. Yeah. The way he does that with the flowers is so uncomfortable. I know, I'm like, stop. That's just the Joker. This had to be on purpose. I don't know. I don't know. No, we were not talking about LaBelle. We were talking about, the mayor. We just keep saying the wrong thing over and over. Look at those lips, my god. Okay. I was in the hallway hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession.
Hold it!
You claimed the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that? Peasant! You wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong. It's not? No. Beauty is carved deep in the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong. I'm not following. These exquisite ears like flowers abloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold. Right. The witness will hurry up and explain this truth of his. Specifically, what did Jinxie Tenma do upon hearing the confession? Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me.
Hold it!
But if you're so beautiful, why didn't she notice you? You should be impossible not to notice because of your beauty. Right? My hair is full of uncorruptible truth. This voice is your headcanon now? Perfect. How did Miss Tenma appear to you? Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken. All teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that. He actually sympathized with Jinxie? Seems like an overly human emotion for him. Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far, in looks and character. The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror. Checked your face? Why? To behold the beauty that is my sadness? Why else? Although, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity. I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client. Let's keep this moving, shall we? So what happened next? Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up, and opened the forbidden chamber.
Hold it!
No big deal. He opened the forbidden chamber? But why would he do that? Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon Denmataro.
Objection!
The courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore the matter. Toodles. Now, where were we again? You were going to tell us the real reason why the mayor opened the forbidden chamber. Oh, yes. Of course. Hello, this is LaBelle. Good one, sir. You're an absolute riot. Okay, bye. You were saying? Never mind. This is a waste of time. He's just going to tell more lies. The witness will focus on his testimony and not his phone calls. Now tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber. Well, after that... Yeah, he would definitely be found in contempt. But Ace Attorney loves to not make sense. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison.
Hold it!
What was Mr. Filch like at the time? He was shouting, I can't see, it's the curse of Tenmataro. Then he took off running like a madman. He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in. Wrong. What? Wrong. What? Wrong. He set eyes upon me and was thus blinded by my radiant beauty. Are we serious, sir? Are we serious? Wrong. So it was the curse of Florent LaBelle rather than Tenmataro? Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal. The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now get on with your testimony. Oh, forgive me, your darkness. Let's see. Oh, yes. I fled for dear life from Tenmataro and... ... In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right. The one with the phone at the end. But you already have cell phones on your shoulders! My eyes! You kill me every time with that.
Hold it!
Every time. That's me today. My eyes won't stop crying. So, after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Tenmataro ran off towards the foyer? Precisely. Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Well, Jinxie also saw Tenmataro, right? She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made the call to the police. Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where the phone is, Jinxie would have seen him when she was returning from making her call. Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help. Right. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we've got evidence for that. We don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony. Mayor Tenma is as good as guilty. This is bad. Very bad. We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict. It's all over if we can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case. Okay. We've got it. I've got it, chat. I think it's gonna be with this. And it's gonna be her witness testimony. Yeah, she couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Right. Okay, we'll do that in a second. You know where he would also be found. Gotham. Very little of Ace Attorney is based in reality. Yep. But that makes it more fun. If I was a game dev and needed someone to voice a pompous fop, I know who I'm calling. And thank you. Thank you. It's just in my blood, you know. Peak acting. A single tear rolls down my face. Absolute cinema. I'm clapping. Thank you. Thank you. The way I have to look over to tell what you're saying is ad-lib or not every time. What can I say? I like to add a little flavor. A little spice of my own. Okay.
Objection!
Laurent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway. What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice? If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hall with a phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma. What's this? After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway, whereupon she encountered the demon, yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenma Taro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter... Why, yes! The two would have crossed paths! Right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there. Ah! My eyes! My beautiful eyes! My eyes! Not such a fabulous scent now, is it? But Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it? I think he was in the room, because he killed the guy. Inside the Fox chamber. Where else? But isn't that within the very crime scene? It is, Your Honor, and that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time. What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you!
Silence!
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he's beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bared. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side. You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume. I think you've had enough! Whoa, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him. You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki, without either of them noticing you, were right there in the Fox chamber. Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine. I'll come clean then. Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox chamber? I do. I did enter the room after the murder, but I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself. You'd better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle. Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. Don't tell me what to do! The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies. As for me, I lost my sense of smell back in '96. I did enter the Fox chamber after the murder, but I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. Okay, hold on. I gotta take this in. I gotta actually take this in. Okay. I entered the Fox chamber after the murder. Okay, so when did Damien swallow the key then? But I didn't enter until after Jinxie heard the confession and left. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense because she did not see the feathers and everything until after she went back in the room. Okay. So, LaBelle says he entered the chamber after the murder. I'm still not sure about that. But after Jinxie left. Okay. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so. You could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party. That's not correct. This guy's as slippery as an eel. Hollow, you think he's telling the truth? Hell no! Well, he was in the Fox chamber, so at least that much must be true. Defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness. Oh my. Okay. I entered the Fox chamber after the murder. My cold, steely edge of judgment. That's what I call my I am once again dragged off stage. Yeah, Black Quill rejected LaBelle. Bro is not even trying to hide his evil if we're judging him by his hair color. I know! Look at... Hey, is that your sort of truth, or are you just happy to see me? Wouldn't it be funny if his breakdown involves lots of bleeps and other forms of inelegant language? Ooh. We'll just have to see. Okay. I entered the Fox chamber after the murder.
Hold it!
When did Damien swallow the key? What is the timeline here? Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene? Why? Because I was worried sick. Mayor Tenma's suit. It what? It was designed personally by me. I was worried my work of art might get blood on it. This man clearly has his priorities in order. Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh, yes. So I entered the Fox chamber almost without thinking. I didn't enter until after Jinxie heard the confession and left.
Hold it!
Why didn't you enter right away? And ruin my designer shoes? Your shoes? Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear sends chills down my spine. That's why I hesitated. That's terrible. A man was dying and another injured and you're worried about your shoes?
Silence.
Need I remind you, this is a court of law. We're not teaching morality here. We have schools of etiquette and the like for such trivial pursuits. Ugh. Now, you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, well, I was there in the Fox Chamber, but I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there.
Hold it.
Wait a second. Why did you hide yourself? Oh my. So you do understand. I do? By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which, for the sake of the universe, is something I should never, ever do. That's what you were thinking, right? I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand. We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony. Now! Well, regarding the murder scene. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. Love how the capital letters make for a great way to interpret his dialogue. Yes. I'm just leaning into it. I'm kind of trying to give Frankenfurter. Kind of. Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is... Oh, brother! I gotta think. Okay. Describe the crime scene in more detail. The feathers and tracks. The forbidden chamber. The murder weapon. Maybe the murder weapon. Oh, not Frankenfurter. I don't know things. Oh yeah, Dr. Frankenfurter, right? Yeah. Because Rocky's the man he created, right? I haven't seen this movie in so long. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, Rocky's the man he made. Yeah, Frankenfurter is... Yeah, Tim Curry, Frankenfurter. And then Rocky was the guy. And then we had Brad and Janet. I thought I was wrong for a second and I panicked. Anticipation. Yeah. This is the third time this week you've run into a Rocky Horror reference. Oh my god. No, I love that movie. I've only seen it like 2 times. So for a split second, I thought I forgot the names. And I was mortified. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna say the murder weapon. Because I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna pan out, but we're gonna try it. Very tired, I bet. Hope you have a wonderful night and stream and gamer time. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Expert. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the follow. I hope we see you around again sometime, but either way, I hope you have a good night, and have a good one, in general. Sweet dreams. See you around. How do you do, I? So you've met my faithful handyman. If you've only seen it twice, are you really a fan? No, I know. I keep wanting to see it live. I've never gotten to see a live performance. But I should honestly rewatch it. I think I've only seen it a couple times, and it's been years since I've seen it. I'm not very good at rewatching movies. Usually if I've seen a movie once, I don't necessarily want to see it again. Unless it's been a long time. So I feel like now would be a good time for me to rewatch it because it's been a while, you know? Same, I want to see it live. Have you not seen it live? For some reason, I thought you've talked about seeing it in person before. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It would not be the first time. Once on my YouTube feed earlier today with another streamer, and now tonight. Interesting. I mean, it is iconic. Apparently they're making a documentary. Did you guys hear about that? I kind of want to watch it. Well, not kind of. I do want to watch it. They're making a documentary about how it was made. Oh, you've seen it live, Oni? Yeah. I really want to see it live someday. And you know what sucks, chat? You know what sucks? I had an opportunity to see it live at a convention one time. I think. It was like a panel and they were doing a Rocky Horror show. Which I don't know how that would have gone. I think it was like... I don't think it was like people just... Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know how it would have gone. But I had an opportunity to see a version of it live. And I forget what happened, but I was not able to go. Or maybe I went to something else. Or I was too tired. Something like that. I don't know. But that would have been the easiest way for me to go see it. And I didn't. I've not seen it live. I saw a slightly watered down but still great version at Universal. Interesting. I'm sure it was watered down. At Universal? Yeah. Boy, do I have a story about that. Ooh. I saw a showing of it at a little theater outside Boston with a shadow cast. Also seen the stage play version too. Ooh. Yeah, I would love to see it just like put on by like a random group of people. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to see like an official cast or anything. I don't know. I just need to see it live. I just need to have a fun time and go see it. It was not watered down, probably more diluted. It's probably diluted with more vodka. So what do you mean? Was it like they took the raunchy out or they didn't take the raunchy? Like, explain. While I do this. Okay. Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Cuby. Then there was that statue the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Denma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna catch him in a lie here. Or not a lie, we're gonna catch him red-handed here. Oh, right, the statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. Yeah, so Jinxie's supposed to be the only one who knows what this looks like. So the fact that he also knows what it looks like shows something about him. Broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring. Yeah, so he saw it before the murder, basically. Statue has traces of blood from the defendant. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was also found. No fingerprints could be lifted. A token of goodwill made in secret. Jinxie is the only one who knows what the original looked like. But he's saying he also knows. Oop. Oh. Oh, Lord. Okay, your message got blocked because of a word, but I see it. So I could just read it. At Universal Studios, they had this thing where it was a short but fun audience participation of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I went with my mom, my brothers, and my dad. Keep that in mind. Before the show started, there is an actress dressed as Magenta who pulls out a... Trying to find a word to replace this word with. A fun balloon. And puts it right in her hand. And says... I don't know if I want to read this. Wait, puts it in whose hand? And I was 16 at the time. Then when you go and see the show, the actors were dancing, but then it got to a part where they were in lingerie and they were actors actually imitating sex positions on stage, but in poses. My dad's sitting right next to me, staring dead at me. That sounds like the most awkward thing to have ever happened. Oh, she put it in her hand. Okay. So, it was not exactly de-raunchified whatsoever. Oh, he was so upset, I bet. Oh, my lord. Well, I hope you get to go watch it someday on your own without your whole family being around you. I thought it would be watered down. I guess not. That is so funny. Well, you know, I would have been kind of upset if it was not watered down. Or sorry, I would have been upset if it was watered down. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, of course, it's at Universal, so they have to water it down. So, I mean, it's good they didn't water it down, but also, how incredibly uncomfortable. Okay. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance? And what the hell's a fun balloon? Very important. I believe that to be extremely important. I request it be added to the testimony. A statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger.
Hold it!
Liar! A token of goodwill. Are you referring to the fox and demon statue? Yes, the statue the alderman allegedly used to strike back at Mayor Tenma. The mayor trampled down municipal goodwill only to be clobbered by its symbol. It's quite ironic, don't you think? And that's when that symbol of goodwill was transformed into a symbol of conflict. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. So we're going to respond to this with the statue, but let's see what he says here. The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the Forbidden Chamber in that state? Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on despite myself. I think the mayor needed medical attention more than a cheerleader. You think he's telling the truth about being there in that room? Well, I believe he was there. The question is, when did he enter? You mean, did he enter after Jinxie fled? Or was he there before the murder? If it's the latter, that would change everything. Right. If he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect. Okay, yeah, so the statue being complete and him seeing it means he was there before the murder. So that's our proof there. But how do we go about proving that? Well, I guess we ask him about what happened there. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him. Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating. And he did. Let's get to it, shall we? Okay.
Objection!
Welcome in, Speed. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought? It figures. Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said this statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed. But what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that this statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself, and make it quick. This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. Eep! The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? What do you mean, where? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form, right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you?
Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness with some sort of crime?
Yes. Yes, I am. Florent LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby. Ah! Or should it be, or should his scream just be like, You have to make the scream as ugly as possible? Oh, okay. Ah! Something like that. Scream queen. He really ringed his flower, didn't he? Until the pollen fell out, I don't know. Until the nectar squirted out. All right, I'm gonna stop there.
Order! Order! No more flowers! No more squirting! Stop it!
No! Mr. LaBelle! You've been accused of murder!
Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Wrung that flower till my eyes! How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? He is squirting, see? The perfume. He's squirting the perfume. Way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico! We've got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it! Oh!
Silence.
Silence! Silence, chat! You've said enough!
Welcome in, Flame. Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
Why not? What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo... Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman Cuby told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it's already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. It has? Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox chamber. She saw the alderman and the mayor collapsed therein, and no one else. Well, I think he was hiding. Oh. Dang it. The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent LaBelle could not possibly have been in that locked room. Ugh. No! Ah! I love Simon of the Chipmunks fame. Simon Blackwell. I should have voiced him like a chipmunk the whole time. Let's see what he said.
That Florent LaBelle could not possibly have been in that locked room.
Wouldn't that be amazing to hear? The whole stream. I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle?
Whoa!
I don't know, Simon sings. The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection!
Not to
Silence.
me. You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Doma. But I don't want it to be over. Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant Damien Tenma.
Hold it!
Who said that? Oh. It would seem that my time is at hand. Mayor Tenma? Counselor, there is a matter to which I must testify. I recall it now only for your good graces. Counselor? Oh, right. He must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head? Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him. It's no good. I can't restrain him. He's too strong. Aka! Know me and despair. For I am Tenma Taro, Demon Lord of the Yokai. Ah! Make him sing Witch Doctor, just like the movie. No, I will. I don't even remember the song. Mr. Justice, do something! Since when am I responsible for court security? Paulo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. When you put it that way... Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. We've had testimony from a parrot. Unprecedented in absurdity, more like. All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenma Taro? Your testimony, please. I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall.
The ruler of demonkind.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side I, Tenma Taro, ruler of demonkind, and on the other my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. That's it. So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time? Strange as it may be, yes indeed, all was in darkness. And the part about Tenma Taro and the nine-tailed fox being there? Yes, that too! Tenma Taro towered overhead, and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. Ah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor! It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind. Hollow, maybe I can help here. Really? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. I forget how the Discord notification sound goes. Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us again. My eyes! My eyes! Alright. Oh! Barely conscious was Damien there, amid the darkness. Suddenly, 2 yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demonkind. Happy! And on the other, my mortal enemy, the 9-tailed fox.
Got it!
Bloop. When the 9-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket. Creaking door? Probably the chamber? You must be talking about the forbidden chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So this means the forbidden chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the fox chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? Yeah, the forbidden chamber.
Take that!
Forbidden chamber? Was it not the fox chamber where the murder did occur? Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the forbidden chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the forbidden chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataro you saw? Most likely the forbidden chamber's statue. Why, yes! That would explain it. The darkness and the staff and the demon's grasp. But even if all of that's true, then what about the 9-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai. Fantastico, Apollo! It's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events. Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah, I do believe... I remember now. That was not the 9-tailed fox. It was... That's what I thought. The Amazing 9-Tails. What? The Amazing 9-Tails? At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. It was the Amazing 9-Tails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door. Huh. Well, he was the one with the key, wasn't he? I'm sorry I asked. The Amazing 9-Tails? But that was the victim, Alderman QB, right? Yeah. Why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? The Amazing 9-Tails! Alright, let's see. I'm just writing some notes here. I like this song. I don't think I've heard it all the way through yet. Oh, that's a bop. Okay. What else? Okay, so... Damien remembers being in the dark and then seeing Tenmataro and the fox. He was actually in the Forbidden Chamber and saw the Tenmataro statue and the fox wrestler. I'll just make this quick. Okay. Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Okay. Barely conscious was Damien there in the Forbidden Chamber. Okay. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenmataro loomed overhead. Suddenly, the door did open, and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom. So I guess I'll react to the happy, maybe? The amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue. Oh yeah, and then why does sadness come back? Oh, I'm gonna have to save because I'm not sure if I should... Oh yeah, I think I'll react to this one. Why is sadness back?
Got it.
When the amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes. In the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the fiend's cape of red. For when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicitly wash over me. A cape of red? Hollow, we've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed? What could this mean? I guess his memory's still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Hollow, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction, here comes justice! Okay. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenmataro loomed overhead. Suddenly the door opened and a shaft of light pierced the gloom. Amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue. I think that's blood, not a cape, so... I guess we'll present this, because he doesn't have a cape. I guess I'll present this.
Objection!
You said the Amazing Ninetales' cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma, does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, on my liberation, something red did fill my as-yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe the great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? What, the blood? I don't know what else we could be talking about. I'll save just in case. I guess I'll show the picture. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good on this yokai case. I don't think I've really gotten stuck at all so far. Unless this is the moment, but I think it's gonna be the blood, I guess. This is red, but that doesn't make sense for the cape. I'm just gonna show the picture.
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Yeah. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood? Blood? Why, yes, it was blood. No! It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Ninetales, the alderman's bloody body. Huh. Like they were two people? But they're the same person. Weird. Okay. Bye-bye. His noise level's down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. He just remembered seeing his friend dead. And she's like, ah. Does this mean the amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB? Oh my. But the Alderman was the amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence.
Boy, don't you think this is strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said not about seeing the amazing Ninetales there. You just had to bring that up, didn't you? Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? I'm getting tired. Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? I'm probably just gonna say yes and see what they say. I don't know. This guy has the cape, Majima has the squid. Yeah. Got two amnesiatic characters. Allegedly. There's always an extra person. Hey, peeps, happy Wednesday/Thursday. Oh yeah, it's technically Thursday here. Welcome in, Archer. It's just turned 12 a.m. 12 minutes ago. It's 12:12. Make a wish. Oh, what do I do? I mean, we know the mask was there and it was thrown out the window. I guess someone, I mean, maybe LaBelle was dressed as the Amazing Ninetales. That's what my first thought is. And then he, like, threw away the costume, too. You know? I'm gonna say yes. Did I save? Unless I'm supposed to say no. Did I save already? Probably. That time is wrong. That time is very wrong. Yes, of course I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. Eep! What about a good old-fashioned penalty? Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked, yes. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? Was LaBelle just, like, in costumes? A very good question indeed, and I suppose you have an answer for us. Sadly, you would be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has in fact misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? Jinxie was confused. LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. She got the rooms mixed up. Well, we're kind of going towards a disguise. So we're gonna go with that. After I get back from my break, we are past halfway done with the stream. So I'm gonna go take a quick break. And when I return, we're gonna pick that response and see what happens. But I should be back within about 5 minutes. I won't be gone too long. And if you also need to get a drink or a snack like me, feel free to do so. BRB. Hello, chat. I am back. I think I took a little bit longer because I had a snack. I was crunching on a sour apple. How's everyone doing? What's everyone's favorite apple? Chat prompt. Everyone's favorite apple. Go! Alright. More Ace Attorney. Welcome back. Thank you. Be exercising Bishes with this one. Oh yeah, the exorcism clip. There it is. There it is. Perfect. Granny Smith, that's what I just ate. The ones that taste appley. I would hope that's all of them. Apple pies. Valid response. My favorite is Gala. Honey Crisp is also delicious, but they're expensive. I have like a whole bag of Granny Smith right now. So I'm trying to make my way through the bag. They're so sour, but they're pretty good. Oh, Pink Ladies. I don't think I've tried Pink Ladies. Haven't had a chance to try a Pink Lady yet. But you know what apple I hate? Red Delicious. It's like sandpaper. It's like eating sand. Wet sand. It's disgusting. Or is it the Fuji apples? I might have tried Fuji apple. To me, they're similar to Gala. That reminds me there are a bunch of pick your own apple places near me. I should go to one of those. That sounds like so much fun. I've always wanted to go to like an orchard or like go like berry picking. One of the things on my bucket list is to go to a quarry and like get my own rocks. I would love to do that. I know nothing of apple species now that I think about it. I mean, I've only tried a handful that I see at like the grocery store, but there are hundreds of species of apples. So many. Oh yeah, Red Delicious, the OG apples, they're so bad. I am a Red Delicious hater. Started eating a lot of strawberries. I love strawberries. Now, strawberries, there are good strawberries and not good strawberries. Sometimes I buy a whole box and they just taste like water. And I feel so ripped off. Started buying Honey Crisps recently and they're so good. Probably my new favorite. I thought I liked Red Delicious, but I'm realizing Honey Crisp and Gala are way better. Yeah. I only ate Red Delicious growing up. Probably Red Delicious and Granny Smith, because that's all my family got. And then once I tried other apples like Gala and Honey Crisp especially, oh my god. I can't go back. I can never go back. I would never eat another Red Delicious in my life. Ever again. High school teacher took us to her orchard once. It was a nice field trip. That sounds amazing. Yeah, ironically named. Well, I think Red Delicious used to be good, and then like something they did with the selecting of the flavor, I don't know. Something went wrong eventually, and they ruined it. Something like that. There's a whole history behind it. I can't remember though. Okay, LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. That's what I'm gonna say. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face. Okay, so that's not it. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dodo. My brain is too smooth. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of? I think I'll pass. Ah! Well, Apollo's dead. Are you okay, Apollo? I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way. Your baldness. Your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. What's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. So I think this was the right answer. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I love My Chemical Romance. That is always a staple at karaoke. It has to be towards the end, though, or else you can't sing the whole night. Yeah, our whole friend group will all sing the My Chemical Romance songs. My parents only bought green apples, which I didn't like because they were too sour, so I preferred Red Delicious, but they're just not as good anymore. Yeah, I feel like when you're a little kid, they're fine. But once you try other red apples, so good. I'm so sorry that they only bought green apples, though. Why? When they know that their child does not like it. Did they both like them and they were like, well, boo-hoo? Boo-hoo! Like, come on. Oh my god. You don't like sour apples? Well, too bad, that's all we're gonna buy! Too bad, little kid! Deal with it! Man. Sorry. He would never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others? Can these facts turn things around? We got it all backwards. Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will. And it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
I do have proof. Do you now? All right, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity. And I will think about that in a moment. Unfortunately, that'd be me as a parent. I love green apples too much. Well, you can buy 2 bags of apples. That's all I'm saying. You could buy green apples for yourself, And another apple for the kid that doesn't like the green apples. You know? I have 2 types of apples in my fridge right now. I've got Gala and Granny Smith. Apples come in colors besides green? I googled and apparently Granny Smith and Red Delicious are what we produce as a country. Still no clue what I get at the grocery store or market. We don't really get them by name alone. Huh. So you just see like a color, like a red apple, a green apple. I mean, of course, my family does it. Yeah, I mean, I just... Like, why can't you get 2 types of apples? You know? Man. Okay. The Mayor Tenma's secret identity. Unless he's a fox. Isn't there like another wrestler? Like, well, Ninetales, the Amazing Ninetales fights a Tenmataro, right? So maybe, I guess the mask? White hair inside, though. White hair. LaBelle's hair was blonde. I'm trying to like piece things together right now. I could go on a limb and say he's actually the Amazing Ninetales, but I don't know if that's where it's wanting me to go. Otherwise, I would say that he was like the Tenmataro impersonator. But then Filch said he did that. It was him! Okay, I don't know. I think I already saved, right? Okay. I'm gonna try it.
Take that!
Yeah! What absolute claptrap! Poppycock! Balderdash! We thought the alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, and the mayor was Tenmataro. That's why we believed the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, I guess I was right. We got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenmataro at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales. Dang. Wow. What's this? That was really a red herring. Having the alderman look just like the fox.
You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dono.
And from where you derive such a far-fetched conclusion. This music. Jinxie, no doubt, knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence!
Ah. The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
And that's why he confessed. It was LaBelle trying to frame the mayor. Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a bit different build too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection.
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Ah! Wah! Wow. This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. And by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already! First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then, he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales' mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. Ah, so then... the person who said I killed Alderman Cuby was... Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection.
No, you twisted samurai! This time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Ah! Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. So he could drag the mayor back out into the Fox Chamber. Oh, so the Amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right. It was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Okay, so they weren't in on this together, but they became in on it because they were both committing a crime at the same time. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenmataro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox Chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, he sneezed. Oh. Hachi wants to know the tea so bad. He wants it so bad. Like a hot dog. Bless you, thank you. Been waiting for you guys to get to this part since the beginning. It literally flipped everything around for me. A huge red hair. Yeah. Like, I couldn't believe it even though everything was pointing to it. I was like, well, the only thing I could really show is this mask. Because there's no other identity we know of. So I was like, he's the fox? Like, I couldn't believe it. I didn't hate the green apples, I just didn't like them as much. I thought there were only 2 types of apples as a kid, so it was the ones that were okay and the sweet ones. Plus, they definitely didn't know since I ate them just the same. Oh, okay. I thought they were just, like, mean about it. Sorry. We get them by price. Expensive and cheap are what we call them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, like Honeycrisp are expensive. I only buy those when I'm making apple pie because it's worth it. For my pies, but just to eat at home, I don't. We just get some galas. Okay. Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous. Well, that was because he was blackmailed.
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales. Yeah, this is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot. No one, except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you? Oh! You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
His hair is blonde again. What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. What? Why, you would dare reveal the secret? My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions, now would it? The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? I'm blonde now, yeah. So, go ahead, say it. Say I am the Amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
Objection!
Wait, will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the Amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth? Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dono? You're literally seeing someone threaten another person. Oh, if you say this, I'm gonna expose something. Yeah, he's blackmailing him again in the courtroom. Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. Apollo, don't you dare give up now. I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not? The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, TBH, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. Low-key. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere, but I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetails, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle's gonna expose the secret behind Tenmataro. Ugh, we're so close. I know it. Maybe we just need to expose the secret. The defense may cross-examine the witness, I guess. Dead ash, though. Like, are you being dead ash right now? Be honest with me. No cap. Because this guy is totally chopped. Am I right? Oh. The Amazing Ninetails' true identity is not Mayor Tenma.
Hold it!
You should get a Hello Fellow Kids speech arc, no cap. Yes. Yes. If you guys just give me some cursed lines, please, I'll read them out. This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the Amazing Ninetails. I know you used his mask to create this illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence.
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox Chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, well, what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Paulo, you mind if I wring his neck? Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper, temper. Anyway. Dead ash, though. This skibbity riz is Ohio AF. Do you swear solemnly, on God, no cap, for real, that you'll say spit nothing but facts, young man? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Good night, Beast Man. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a good night. And we'll see you later. But before I go, he says. Oh no. What could Beast Man possibly be planning? Bishi, do you have a D6 handy? So like a dice? I should. In this box. I do. I have my D&D dice nearby at all times. This is actually Ruuvo's, but I'm gonna borrow it. Need me to roll some numbers? You need me to roll some numbers? A 1. As usual. I never get good rolls. What do I get? Can't close the box. Ah! Gifted 1 tier sub to Zoe. Darn it! I should have rolled a 6! No, I'm just kidding. Wow. Well, my bad luck has screwed me over again. I'm just kidding. I am so thankful for a single gift sub. Thank you so much, PC Man. Thank you so much. Zoe, enjoy your gift sub. I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm very grateful. Zoe, would you like purple or yellow? Oh, the D6 was not how many subs. Okay. It was who? The receiver, perhaps? Thank you so much, Peace Man. I appreciate you. Feeling yellow. How's that song go? I can't remember. And it was all yellow. I'm the song for you and all the things you do. Cause it was all Zoe. Yours here, oh yeah, you're here, oh. Down to something beautiful. Anyway, thank you, PC Man. I appreciate you, and congrats to Zoe for getting a sub. I'm leaving. Okay, good night, PC Man. Thank you. Good night, fare thee well. Have a good night. Realizing it's 2 a.m. and I have to work in 6 hours, so I gotta go. Oh my god. Good night, Weird Normal. The VOD will be there when you awake. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Looks like a set of my nice colors on the math racks. Thanks. Yeah, that's Ruuvo's. That was Ruuvo's dice. These are mine. They're pink and sparkly. Yes, yes. They were just further back, so I just grabbed Ruuvo's first. Oh goodness, I'm dropping things. Okay. Which reminds me of a linguistic professor who went to a high school to do a speech on the evolution of language. I mean, he did it entirely in Gen Z speak. It was actually really nice, and the students thought it was funny, but cool. I started singing the Rainbow Song from Barney. I don't remember. I only remember the main theme song. Pretty in Pink! Oh, we gotta do the...
Pinky.
Gotta do that one. Yeah, I love you, bitch. You love me. Okay. Video games. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Tisk tisk. Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Ah. You liked that, didn't you? Thank you for the clip. Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. I thought he was gonna say you and your hair. He could've. The only nonsense in this court is you and your hair. The only nonsense in this court is you and your ass. If he did admit to such nonsense, you'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. What a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you in that vexing visage of yours, then... Yes, yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat, and... The way he's, like, grabbing the flower. I will expel expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now.
Hold it!
And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenmataro? Alderman Kyubi told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmataro. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much. He shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmataro. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And that truth is, Tenmataro is a great greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetales Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune? Come to think of it. Yeah, I just started thinking about that. Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. It's gone. Could Tenmataro actually be Forbidden Chamber treasure? Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well, well, well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? He doesn't. The treasure's gone. Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Okay. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Tenmataro exists. Maybe the real Tenmataro was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, Tenmataro's the friends we made along the way. She Tenma on my Taro till I get pulled off stage. So, in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there were no Tenmataro. Yes, I suppose so, but that's wishful. This is LaBelle. Yes. You don't say. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? How's the mayor supposed to admit to his secret identity now? Well, we have to find a way to make him say it, or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in LaBelle's testimony somewhere. Okay. Let's do it.
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenmataro no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? Looks like some sort of creature. A little guy with a bucket. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen? Yep. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less. No! My beautiful golden Tenmataro was... The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenmataro's true form? Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro is the yellowish object shown there, a giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. Oh! In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus, it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be. Huh. So, Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things. Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. I guess the Walking Dead were really the people the whole time.
Well, you know what they say. The love of money is the root of all evil.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in a merger. Ever! Tenmataro was the murderous greed we contracted along the way. Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? No! Don't do it! Please, no! Be gone, you demented demon! Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me. Ah ha 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 ah ha 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 ah ha 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 ha. And that means Jinxie.
Yes?
The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapsed in the Fox Chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetales' mask?
Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman Cuby that day, so... So it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman. Yeesh, Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through. The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Calm down, Bishi. No need to go over the top. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman Cuby, but Florent LaBelle did! How dare you, peasant! Ah!
Silence.
My eyes! Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What's this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses. A dull blade incapable of cutting even butter. Incapable of cutting even a cake. Filled with butter. He has you there, Mr. Justice. I love butter. I eat it for breakfast. On toast? No, just the butter. So creamy. Butter. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. And butter is everything at breakfast time. But I can't believe it's not butter. Buttercream! Buttercream. Buttercream? I barely knew her! They're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. And I've never even had a sliver of butter in my life. It's why I'm so beautiful. She beat on my butter till I maintain my youthful health by eating half a stick of butter for breakfast every day. Have I shared with y'all that video of someone trying to convert measurements for a cake only for it to go to shit? Please share. This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Did he really just say crud? Do I have anything conclusive?
Maybe! If I think really hard!
You are interrupted by an arc dinosaur poop noise. Oh. Okay, what do we do? Huh? Incriminating evidence for LaBelle. At the scene of the crime. Oh. What did you eat, chat? What did you eat? Butter? Too much butter. Too much! Start from the bottom. Ergo, the dinosaur-sized poop. That was the dinosaurs, I swear. Yeah, blame it on the dinosaurs, typical. Excuse me. Maybe that there's white hair? In the mask? Because that's not Mayor Tenma's hair. So it would have to be LaBelle's when his hair was still a light color. I guess. I'm pretty sure I saved, so I'm gonna say yes. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. You do? Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need, too. I'm gonna finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. Oh, wow. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetails. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Ninetails is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why, when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetails collapsed at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime, but he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? I think the mask. I was thinking about that anyway. This is dramatic. A groovy bop to eat your butter to. I thought you said beat your butter to for a second. Just churn in that butter. Bishi, thank you for the clip. It's gonna look like I'm clip farming. No, clip farming. Clip farming is when the streamer is like purposely doing things to get clipped. You can't clip farm, you're fine. I appreciate them. But you might be gunning for #1 spot on top clipper of 2025. So do you beat your butter? And if so, what do you beat your butter to? Ace Attorney music. It's just got such a great beat for it. Oh god, okay, Ninetails back. Do it. Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetails' mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does that mask hold? The white hair. And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? My idea is Florent. It's not white, though, is it? Oh, right. That hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes. Now that's what I call conclusive evidence. I hope so. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to the court? We can test the hair to see whose it is. Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside of it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetails, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type, because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another. Yeah, which could include white. No, Prosecutor Blackwell. It's you who has made a fatal error. What? Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind, this last piece of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles. Oh, right. Hair that washes out with water. Okay. Yeah.
Take that!
Ah, that's... What is that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall the amazing Ninetales' mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside. What's this? Are you saying that preening Peacock's hair color is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose. Ah! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it. Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby. You peasant! How dare you! Ah! You profaned my beauty! I'm going to exterminate you like I did the Alderman! Ah! No! My makeup! I'm melting! I'm melting! Ah! Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off? This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out? LaBelle speaking. I'm fired? You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me? $100 million? I'm finished! Washed up! Stick a fork in me, I'm done! This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated? No one cares about you, sweetie. Out with you. Order! Order in the court! We just saw Twink Death in real time. Oh. Send flowers to the funeral home, you know. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head. Just like that other lawyer, whatever his name was, Phoenix Wright or something. Wait, that was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Lord LaBelle? He's dead. The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenma Taro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetales Vale. LaBelle is set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetales saw those plans come to a halt. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see. But what I still can't comprehend is why he would go after the gold in the first place. Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who's in need of financial aid. LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such veracity. Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Very well, then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant Damien Tenma Darrowed not guilty.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, whatever. Stay mad! Court is adjourned. Get Tenma Darrowed, sucker! LaBelle's freak out is low-key creepy. Yeah. He looked very, with the head tilt and the white eyes. Yeah. He looked creepy. Daddy! I'm gonna say it every time because it just makes me laugh.
Oh my god, chat! It's Daddy Phoenix!
You deserve some magic worms with
Papa! Papa!
Nick!
Makes me want a phoenix right real bad.
Oh, that was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetailsville like you were some kind of exorcist. Exorcise that bitch! Exorcise that bitch!
There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment.
I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the Amazing Ninetails' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the Amazing Ninetails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the Amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure.
What an insanely intricate plot.
A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you acting like Tenmataro again? Let this be of no concern to you. How could it not concern me?
Tenmataro, be gone!
Ah! I love his little like handkerchief. Jinxie, his tie, I guess. Seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back.
Yes, it would seem Tenmataro's no match for you. Ha ha ha!
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore.
Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling? This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetails will have to retire, though.
Aw, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetails, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people, another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue.
Well, I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there? A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask, and to root for your return to the wrestling ring. Rooting? Me? I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa.
Jinxie. Here, I think you'll be needing this. Here you go. Maybe some lotion? Thank you for all the clips, Panda. Okay, the mask.
Take that!
Take that! Thank you. Now, you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting. Oh my god.
Ninetales Vale forever!
Ah. I was gonna name the clip Twink Death in Real Time, but Twitch said, yeah. I can see why they would not allow that.
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetailsville.
Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, blackmailer slash killer is behind bars, and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetailsville will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said.
Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might have to start looking up at me.
Huh?
I'm definitely past my growth phase and...
Oh wait, sorry. I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too.
Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time.
Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways.
Apollo!
Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
Really? Wow. Can't wait to see this.
Calories? Just let them try to stick on me.
Okay. Alright already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Eldune's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. Eldune's Noodles. I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go.
I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for?
The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down.
Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldune's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. It would kill a dragon, let alone a man. That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seemed so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. Ooh, dark age of the law. There you have it, folks! The cat. You can't handle my noodles, lawyer. They would kill a dragon, let alone a man.
Ooga booga.
Scary. Oh no. Alright, y'all. That's gonna be it for me tonight. We finished another case in the Ace Attorney series. We did it! We did it! Let's go over here. Chapter 2 is complete!
Noodle seller, I require your strongest noodle, for I am going into trial.
You can't handle my noodles, lawyer. The dark days weren't the only thing about it. Never mind. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that? What was that? Yeah, that was really fun. I really liked that case. I liked the characters. They were really fun to voice. I didn't struggle at any point, really. I was just on it, I felt. I think that's one of the best cases I've done in a while. I usually get stuck on something. We'll see how the next one goes. They usually get more difficult as you go, so wish me luck for next time. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's next. I loved all the yokai stuff. I do wish a Tsuchinoko appeared, but you can't have everything, I guess. Popped off with some of the voice performances, but thank you. I try. Super fun. Looking forward to dating more silly objects. Yes. You were amazing with the voice. Thank you. Keep this up. You might perform Kuroda someday. Oh my god. Please. Please. I wish. You one line. Sega. Just one. Just make me one of like the people in America. Hi. Please. Hello there. You know how they're just like saying shit when you're walking around Hawaii? Oh my god. I'll voice one of the white people. Come on. I'm not above it. Oh. Anyways. Thanks for being here, y'all. They won't even need to 3D print you into the game. No, just let me voice something. You're already in it, yeah. Just give that character a line. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go, y'all, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I always have a lot of fun playing these games. And I'll be sure to play some more Ace Attorney next week. More Chuck Tingle reading tomorrow. I mean, if y'all found me a good excerpt, I would read most of it. I'd probably censor some of it. It looked like it got a little intense, but you know. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow 9:30 p.m. Central Time. There's all my social media if you want to follow me anywhere. Ace Attorney videos will eventually be on YouTube. I'm super behind right now. I'm finally just finished editing all the Majima videos, so those are going to be up in the next few weeks. Ace Attorney will be after that. I still need to finish Promise Mascot uploads. Anyway, YouTube is behind, but it will catch up at some point. Either way, I'll see y'all next time. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. And I'll see you around. Bye.